Hi there, and welcome to Graham's Guide Friday Live, this Friday, the 28th of January. Today we're going to be looking at assignment 3 again, just briefly today, looking at the reflection on progress, use of literature, and unit goals. So I just want to go straight to the assignment brief to show you when we talk about reflection on progress, what are we talking about? And look, one of the ways I like to look at this is like a before and after approach. So before this unit, this is how I was like, or what I was like, how I operated. And now after 12 weeks in this unit, now I have gained this new knowledge and understanding of the theory behind some of the things that I was doing, and so that's now I've been able to develop in this way. I've been able to stop these bad habits, or I learned about something new, which is now helping me now and will help me well into the future. So the progress that we're talking about is over here. So I've gone straight to the assignment criteria because that's what we're marking you on. And if you see here, the first things mentioned are progress towards unit and course goals. And we've talked about structure of your essay before. So you could talk about this before or early in your essay, or you could talk about it later in your essay. One of the structures that I talked about last week, we covered. I suggested that you would talk about your unit and course goals in the latter half of your essay, and in the first part, you would reflect on your development towards these other elements, and they are these three areas here: the areas of time management, academic self-efficacy, and learning and communicating. And when you're talking about your progress towards these three areas, last night in the Collaborate session, someone mentioned that time management wasn't really an area that they felt was relevant to concentrate on because there'd really been no change in their time management ability. They were already pretty good at it, and they were happy with their current time management. So was there a need to talk about it? And Karen pointed out that it is probably a good idea just to mention it in passing. So you might like to say that, prior to this unit, your time management skills were already good. You could do a citation to one of our unit readings that mentioned time management, and you could say that maybe your time management skills have not developed during this unit because they were good, and you're going to be using the same time management skills moving forward, or maybe you want to develop them. Maybe just as long as you say something about time management skills, even though you may have already got good skills, even though you may already have good skills in that area. And then when it comes to academic self-efficacy and learning and communicating online, so has your time in this unit improved your academic self-efficacy? So do you feel more confident in your ability to progress with your academic learning? And, actually, maybe you've learned a whole lot of things that have shaken your confidence a bit, but that's very common in first year. Things can seem very big. But as we've talked about before, there's no need to look at or worry about the big picture when there are just some small steps in front of you that you can take. And approaching those small steps one at a time will eventually you'll get to the top of where you're going to, if we're using the step analogy as going up. Some people like to talk about a mountain, so rather than look at the top of the mountain, just look directly in front of you. And if you just take that step by step, eventually you'll reach the top of the mountain, and that's conquered without being overwhelmed by standing back and looking how huge the mountain is from the bottom of the mountain. Just take it one step at a time. I'm not quite sure why I'm talking about all that, but I guess it is relevant to progress and how you're progressing and how you're developing skills in these areas. So use of literature is important, and you'll see here that the use of learning theories from this unit is worth 30%. So we want you to cite and reference theories from this unit, and in particular, we want you to apply one theory that you think may have helped you with your development of these in these three areas. And some suggestions that we heard last night was virtual collaboration, because this unit includes a lot of virtual collaboration through the discussion boards, also through our collaborate sessions, but even these Friday Live videos are a form of virtual collaboration. Even though this is asynchronous, you're able to follow up in the discussion boards by asking me questions about what I've talked about in these videos, and that often happens. Over the weekend, I'll get questions in the discussion boards that ask me to provide further clarification on something that I've said in a Friday Live video. So those are the sort of things that you could cite, such as virtual collaboration. Another one is metacognition, learning about learning. So you've learned, maybe during this teaching period, you've learned something about how you learn, and you can talk about that. You've learned that you learn better under different conditions. You've tested that theory by by trying to improve the conditions when you're studying. You can talk about if you've made changes that have worked, or if you've made changes that haven't necessarily worked. And that's learning about learning, and that's metacognition. So that's another theory that might underpin your discussion about progress towards those three areas. And finally, unit and course goals. And rather than talk to you about unit and course goals again here and babbling, I want to take you to, let's go to group 13, and any one of our group discussions. If you go and click on announcements, and then go and watch one of my older videos, one of my early videos, because there is a strategic alignment in this unit from weeks 1 and 2, where we're talking about future work skills and developing, choosing one or two of those future work skills to develop over the course of this unit, and then writing about your development toward those work skills in your assignment 3 essay. So if you go back to, I think this discussion here, this video here where I talked about unit and course goals, and also this one here, the week 1 walkthrough, I thought really, I'm going to say, I think I nailed it in that video. I'm not sure that I did, but you might find it helpful to watch this video where I talk about choosing future work skills to work with. It's a walkthrough because it walks you through the strategic alignment between the unit learning materials and this final essay, assignment 3. Alrighty, look, that's probably enough. I hope that that's of help to you. I really just wanted to add to some of the discussion that might happen in this next week. So some of the things that are good to talk about in the discussion boards in the lead up to this essay, as I said, are the reflection on your progress. And as I said before, I like to consider that as a before and after approach. So back in week 3, this is how I was. Now, after I've gained this new knowledge and understanding, this is how I am now. So that's sort of a before and after approach. You need to be working on your use of theory. So there's a lot of communication theory that we covered in this unit, and also the other theories, which I can't think of at the moment, learning theories. So the communication theories and learning theories are ones that we'd like you to be citing and referencing to demonstrate your knowledge of our unit's learning materials. And of course, the unit and course goals was the last thing that I talked about in this video. And all I did really was point you to one of my earlier videos on unit and course goals. If you go into the assignment If you go into our discussion boards, our group discussion boards, and into the very top discussion, which is the general Q&A discussion, in there you will find an Excel spreadsheet, or it's not an Excel, it's a Google spreadsheet. And in there, back in week 1 and 2, you chose already unit and course goals to be working towards if you completed that goal planner. So if you go into the general Q&A discussion, you'll find that you've already chosen your unit and course goals if you participated in that goal planner, and that might jog your memory about how you would like to write up your assignment 3. Alrighty, well that's enough for me. If I've raised any questions for you, please ask them in the discussion boards, and that's where I'll see you this week. Bye for now. Where's my off button? Oh, it's down here. What is this, week 10, and I'm still having trouble with my buttons. See you in the discussions. Bye for now.